Hello, I'm Chrissy Seaton. Today I'm going to speak about the 13 principles of faith that apply to both Noahides and Jews. I was looking through some paperwork and I came across my original declaration of being a Noahide. This was made in July 2017 in Jerusalem and in the presence of 5 rabbis and other witnesses. So I'm very proud of this declaration in its original form. Along with that declaration that I made, there is reference in this booklet to the 13 principles of faith. And it is included in the book, so it's there. But I have another copy of it here, so it's easier for me to handle. Now, these 13 principles of faith are incumbent upon Noahides. We must believe in them. And I'm just going to begin by reading those 13, a very abridged version of it, of those 13 principles of faith. And there are Torah references to these. Now, these 13 principles of faith were put together by Rambam, and I have placed links on the website, incidentally, where you can access all this information that I'm giving you in this video. So there are 13 principles. Number 1 is that we must believe in the existence of God, our Creator, and He is perfect in every way and the primary cause and reason for all existence. Number 2, we believe in God's absolute and unparalleled unity. So that means there's only one God. God is one God for us. Number 3 is the belief in God's non-corporality. Now that means God has no body. He doesn't have a body or an abode like we have. So He has no physical form. Number 4, we must believe in God's total eternity. So from beginning to end, God has always been there. Number 5, it is the imperative to worship God exclusively, excluding all other false gods, idols, intermediaries. There is just one God, no more. We believe that God communicates with man through prophecy, as we find written in the Torah many times. We believe in the primacy of the prophecy of Moses, our teacher. Of course, you know that Moses delivered the Torah from God. So Moses was at Mount Sinai, which we've talked about before. That was direct intervention from God through Moses. Number 8 is the belief in the divine origin of the Torah, Mount Sinai, and also Torah goes back even further than that. It was always in God's plan at the beginning of creation. His Torah was there. Number 9, the belief in mutability of the Torah. So that means that nothing has been added to it or subtracted from it. The Torah stands today as it did at Mount Sinai when it was given. Number 10, the belief in the omniscience of God and His providence. So that means He's all-powerful, all-knowing. His will is involved in everything in our life, His divine will. Number 11, the belief in divine reward and retribution. That means reward and punishment. Number 12, the belief in the arrival of Mashiach and the Messianic era. And number 13 is the belief in the resurrection of the dead. Now that's a very brief form of it, but it just briefly outlines what the 13 principles are. And as I said, there is a link on the website where you can find a much more in-depth explanation along with the actual biblical references. So please look that up, and it will, when you come to it, it will look something like this. It's about a 10-page document that you can actually, I think it's through asknoah.org, and then you can expand it and find this 10-page document, which is, I urge you all to read and to get to understand that. There is also a prayer, it's called the Animamin, and it means I believe, and it really talks about I believe in these 13 principles. There'll be a link for that as well for you to read or to say. So the 13 principles are divided up into sets of 3, and so it is principle number 1 through to 5 is all about the existence of God, the one, the true, the only God. No intermediary, no helper, no one riding shotgun for him. It is God and only God. Then we have the principles from number 6 up to and including number 9, and that is about the belief in Torah. The Torah is set in stone, so to speak. That is it. Can't be changed, can't be added to. And then the third set is from the principle number 10 up to and including 13, and that is about reward and punishment. So if we're good, we get rewarded. If we're bad, we get punished. That's pretty simple to understand. So they're the 3 sets that those principles fall into. The Ramban compiled these 13 principles, and as I said, there is biblical references to where that has come from, and again reminding you that they apply to both Noahides and Jews alike. Now, we must believe in those 13 principles. It is no good saying, oh yes, I think the 13 principles sound right, I believe in them, but I'm sure we pray through an intermediary, or maybe God's in 3 people or 3 parts, or he has helpers, or we pray to someone else to pass that prayer on to God or what have you. No. You can believe in all 13 if you think, but you stumble on that one. Well, let me assure you, you will have no place in the world to come. You must believe, really believe within your heart and know it to be true. Believe those 13 principles. You can't believe in 12 or 10 and a half and think that you're going to make it into the next world, because sadly that will not happen. So these 13 principles are the core of your faith, your belief, and your assurance of life in the world to come, in the resurrection. So there is, I had another document here somewhere. Doesn't matter. It's all right. So we must believe. There is no getting around it. We must be familiar with those principles, and we must believe them with all our heart. And as I said, they apply to Jews and Noahides alike. There is also on the website a link to a series of videos on these 13 principles. These videos are done by Rabbi Zertron. He's a young, brilliant rabbi. Boggles the mind, the knowledge that he has. And although he is specifically addressing Jews in his audience through those videos, he does make reference that this applies to Noahides as well. So I urge you, if you would like to study them more in depth, I would recommend looking at those videos. However, each one of them goes for at least an hour, sometimes more. So you would want to maybe set aside a time and watch one at a time or whatever. But they are very insightful. They make you think about things and question things, and really helps you get your head around those 13 principles and certainly the resurrection. So please avail yourself of the information on the website. Remember to subscribe to my channel, ask questions, share the video, like the video, make comments, and please remember these 13 principles of faith are extremely important, and they're really our guideline to the enormity and the blessing of being a Noahide in this world, and an assurance of us being in the life to come after the resurrection. Been great speaking with you. God bless. Talk to you again soon. Bye.